Do you remember the brutal, unlawful arrest of my security guard during one of the lockdown protests where he was protecting me while covering the other side of the story? Well, today I can reveal that the matter has finally settled, with police forced to pay a massive 6 figures in damages. Avi Mini for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia. Today excited to deliver some of the best news we've had in a very long while. During the COVID lockdowns, you will remember that I was targeted for doing my job, for telling the other side of the story at lockdown protests. Unlawfully arrested 3 times on separate occasions. At the time, we filed in the Supreme Court to stop the police from acting unlawfully. But what did they do? Instead of letting us be and cover the other side of the story from what was one of the biggest stories in the world, they targeted my security.
I was doing my job, moving you and Benji along behind you, just keeping watch, making sure that we weren't in any way hindering the police or in their way as well. And as we were walking up the steps of Flinders Street, was tapped on the shoulder.
Grab this fella.
No, he's security. He's security. Hey, he's our security, sir. He's our security. I'm at work. He's our security. He's our security. He's our security.
Then you can tell us
What? He's our security. He's working with us. At several occasions, I had actually said to the police, I'm working, I'm on the job, I'm working, I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. And that was just all completely ignored. I was hit, thrown to the ground, roughed up, had handcuffs placed on me. Look at him. They've got Daniel on the ground, who is here as our licensed security guard, who came here, licensed, working. And I told you guys at the time that he was working security. Look at what they've got. Capture it.
That's fine. Capture it.
This is police brutality in Melbourne, mate. That's uncalled for. He's a security guard working on the job. Did you do that to Channel 9? Did you do that to Channel 7? Did you do that to SBS and ABC? Did you?
My members are trying to do an offender.
And he's not an offender. He's not an offender. He's my security guard. He was then thrown in a brawler van, taken to the police station and detained for a couple of hours.
So you were let go with a fine for being outside your 5K during lockdown, even though you had all the paperwork that you were lawfully working, you're licensed,
Yep.
you were insured,
Yep,
everything was there. We beat that fine.
we did.
But we didn't just beat that fine, we went on the offensive too. And with the help of our supporters at Rebel News, we sued the cops for the unlawful arrest. Tell us how that process over the last couple of years has been.
Look, it's been long, it's been hard. It certainly wasn't an easy fight. It took quite some time, and the police didn't make that process easy at all. I felt during the whole process that they were trying to shirk responsibility of any wrongdoing whatsoever.
But unlike in the cases of my 3 arrests where I was willing to settle for an apology, a great apology, an apology that is actually now a license, a free ticket to do my job, to me, this apology is worth more than hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is a guarantee that I am free to tell the other side of the story from here in Melbourne. But Daniel didn't need that, by the way. I know you're looking at the t-shirt. You can get one of these at rebelstore.com.au now. It's amongst all the great merch there. You can stick it to them, look good at the same time. There's plenty of other good stuff there, and stand for something while supporting your favourite news network, rebelstore.com.au. But unlike in my case, an apology was not what Daniel was after. He was looking for justice, and he got it in the form of 6 figures. It finally has settled.
It has.
How do you feel about it?
Very happy. Look, as far as the actual settlement goes, I couldn't be happier. It vindicates that I was in the right, that I have done the right thing, and I'm hoping between that and this video that it will help restore my professional reputation that I feel was tarnished at the time due to the actions of Victoria Police.
Rebel viewers at the time, they were outraged because I was being targeted. I took them to court. You could see in the video they purposely passed me and went for you. And that outraged our viewers again, who were more than happy, one, to fight your fine, and then 2, go on the offensive and sue the police, sue the heck out of the police. What do you want to say to those supporters that made it happen?
I want to say thank you to them. Their support really meant quite a lot. Your support, Rebel News' support, Rebel News Australia's support, couldn't have done it without everybody. I'd like to thank Ezra. I got to meet him personally, and yeah, that was great as well. It was just really good, and couldn't have done it without the support of the viewers, really, who have been the people who have really made this happen.
Well, like I promised you at the time, you know, you had my back in some of the stickiest situations, and the viewers witnessed that. So we were going to have your back no matter how long it took, and I am more than happy for you about this outcome. This is an outcome that you deserved. This is a just outcome, and you know that we'll always have your back as long as you have our back.
Always, I will always have the back of Rebel News and your back, and always happy to come back on board and do what I do.
If you're as excited as I am about the outcome, make sure to share this story far and wide, because we know we can't rely on the mainstream media to now start telling the truth. Let people know that they were forced to pay out such a huge amount in damages. And for all the viewers out there, I want to thank you, because none of this was possible without your support. We don't get the money. That is going to Daniel, who deserves it, for everything he's been through on the day and since then. But we couldn't stand for our guy if you were not there behind us. So thank you. And for those of you looking at my t-shirt now saying, I want one of those, well, you can get one. rebelstore.com.au. You can get one of these or any of the other merch, but I really like this one. It sticks it up to them. rebelstore.com.au. You can look good, stick it up to them, or stand for something while supporting your favorite news network. rebelstore.com.au.